What's up, YouTube? Your girl is wrecked. This reading is a weird one. If you've never been here before, hi, all that stuff. I'll get into that later. Anyways, just a short little blurb about this reading. I started channeling and reading about a couple hours before the Scorpio lunar eclipse that we had the other day. I read all the way through the eclipse, and then a few hours after the eclipse, I am a 13-degree Scorpio moon, and that is the degree that the eclipse was happening on. So I got real inspired, and you guys all have super long, hour-long readings. Please watch for all of your placements, because I put a lot of time and effort into these things. And just a warning, there's a very long intro before each sign's reading gets started. It will be the same on every sign, so you don't need to watch it multiple times, but please watch it one time, please, for several reasons. Mostly because I get into the Sabian symbols involved for the degrees of this eclipse. I also get into the astrology behind the eclipse. I also talk about the Scorpio Taurus nodes series of eclipses that this energy deals with. I also go through all 13 decks that I used in this reading, and yes, 13, that is correct. So watch it one time, all right? And then I'll put timestamps so you can skip it all the other times, because I know it's a lot. Anyways, please watch these. They're very important. And if you guys want to book a reading just like this one you're about to see for yourself, email me with the title Scorpio Eclipse Reading at ASouthernStrega@gmail.com. That's also in the description box. And I will be offering those for $50, all right? And that is like $25 off my normal hourly price, because these will be an hour long at least for each sign, okay? Love you guys so much. All right, let's get started with your reading. Oh, hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, or if you have been here before, either way, you're in for a huge treat today. I am doing probably the longest and most important free reading I've ever done in the history of me reading tarot today. In honor of the crazy Scorpio lunar eclipse that we just had here. It's going on right now. I started these readings midnight, the night of the eclipse. I'm planning on doing them all through the witching hour and up until sunrise, all right? This is going to be an intense reading. I have 13 decks to celebrate the Scorpio energy of the death card, number 13, all right? A lot of them are oracles, and there are also 5 tarot decks, okay? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 5. 5 tarot decks, 8 oracle decks, okay? If you don't want to hear my intro, there will be timestamps in the description box below where you can skip straight to your signs reading. I'm going to do a free extended on Southern Strega Studies, my other channel, so make sure that you are subscribed over there. I will provide that link in the description box below to that free extended. During that extended, I will give you the book reading, all right? See, because I've got all these oracle cards and these big information in here. This is all going to be intuitive today on the tarot channel. For the extra info for the book stuff, that will be your free extended. So definitely check that out to get a deeper meaning behind the cards that we pull today. So here is the order of how things are going to go. First, I'm going to show you all 13 decks that I have and the purpose of these decks and why I chose them. There's a method to my madness, all right? I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the Sabian symbols that I feel are important to this eclipse. And I am also going to give you a brief little astrological summary of this Taurus Scorpio eclipse node situation that's been going on since, end of 2021. And then after that, I'm going to do your readings, okay? So let's get to it. Let's start by looking at all these decks that I have and why I chose them. The first deck that we are going to be using is the Moonology deck, all right? It is a deck based on the cycles and the phases of the moon, okay? Because it's all just a phase, and this is one, and it's a very intense one, okay? After that, so that's going to determine what kind of phase the universe is seeing that you're in right now. So that's going to be a little general feeler for what's going on with you. After that, I'm going to use the Astrological Oracle to pull you a planetary energy as well as a zodiac energy. Also to gauge the overall general energies around you, working with you or against you right now, or that you might just need to be aware of. It also points to specific zodiac signs that you may or may not be dealing with, all right, or that you need to look out for, okay? After that, I have a deck I have not used yet. This is the only deck on the table that I have yet to use. It's brand new. I literally just did an unboxing for this deck on ASouthernStrega Studies. That link will be in the description box below, as well as links to the other decks that I'm using today that have been unboxed. I will also provide you with links to purchase all of these decks as well. Anyways, the third deck we'll be using is the Seasons of the Witch, the Beltane Oracle, all right? If you've watched my channel before, I have used the Seasons of the Witch Sabian Oracle and the Yule Oracle. I am obsessed with this deck, these decks, these artists, these people. I can't speak enough. So I'm excited to use this deck for the first time for you guys. We're using that one because Beltane is traditionally celebrated on May 1st, May Day, which is just had it, okay? So we are in the energy of Beltane right now. As a sort of short summary of what Beltane energy means, it's Empress energy. It's growing, it's self-care, it is love, it is sex, it is beauty, it is fruition, it's nurture, it's spring into summer energy. It happens right in between spring and summer. So your little seeds have already been planted, and now you have to be the Empress and tend to them to make sure that they can make it into the summer to thrive. That's the kind of energy we're working with. So I want to take a look at the Beltane Oracle and see what's going on there. All right, with that, since that's the energy that the universe is in right now, we work with the energies, okay? After the Beltane Oracle, we're going to take a look at this beautiful deck, the Universal Folk Oracle. I was born in West Virginia, in Appalachia, and raised in the South. But folk, my deal, all right? I'm using this deck specifically to get ancestral messages from your passed on loved ones. It is a universal folk oracle. The people in this deck are very varied and from all cultures and backgrounds. So I want to get an ancestral message from that. Following the folk oracle, we are going to jump into the Enchanted Map Oracle, okay? I want to pull some cards from here to see kind of what's on the road ahead for you, like where you're heading. And then I'm going to clarify those cards from the Enchanted Map with our next deck, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot. It is a beautiful nature-themed deck. So basically, I use the Unknown Tarot, what you don't see coming, what you don't know yet, to clarify what's up ahead on the path that you don't know what is on yet, okay? After that, I'm going to do what most people call a Celtic cross, but I call it a Slavic because I'm Italian and Slavic mostly, among a lot of other things. And I also kind of give different meanings to my positioning and things the way that I do my Celtic. So I'm going to do you a whole Celtic cross spread because that's what you guys know, but it's my Slavic cross, all right? Using the Santa Muerte Tarot, okay? Because this is a Scorpio eclipse. This is death energy. This is the saint of death, all right? Santa Muerte. We're going to pull the cross with the death cards, and then we're going to clarify it, all right, with the Ostara cards. Ostara is another, witchy season that basically culminates the beginning of spring. So it's death and rebirth. Get it? Scorpio energy. Death, rebirth, death, rebirth. So this is the Ostara Tarot and what it looks like. It is a stunning deck. Beautiful. When we're done doing that, and that's going to take a look at your current energy, your past energy, outside energies, things that are going on in your head, in the forefront and behind the scenes, a predicted final outcome, what's coming in your near future, things that you are hoping and fearing, as well as energy that you have best in your control is what that reading will look at, and I will clarify. Following that, I am going to get a few warning messages from one of my all-time favorite decks, the Hoodoo Tarot. All right, just to get some good advice and warning messages and a little history, because I'm a Gemini Venus and I love to learn. After that, I have my favorite deck of all time, the Edward Gorey Fantod pack, which is a bizarre, macabre deck that is meant to be absolutely ridiculous and just kind of lighthearted, weird Scorpio vibes for you. Okay, so yeah, this is this deck. It's a weird one. And I will read you the weird little messages that go with that. And after that, I'm going to give you all what you want, because everyone, I feel like, comes to my channel for love readings. That's what I'm the best at, but I don't hate doing them, but I want to steer people into more than just love. But you are getting a love reading today as well from the Romantic Tarot. This deck is also beautiful. I am an art reader if you've not been here before, so I use so many decks. I give you lots of different nuanced meanings for the energies, all right? So your love reading will come from the Romantic Tarot. Let's see. That is, yeah. So after that, that was the 11th deck. The 12th deck that I have for you guys, this is a cool one. I don't know if I've used it on the channel or not before, but I do think I did unbox it, so I'll leave you the link for that. It's called the Enchanted Spell Oracle. It's a medieval hedge witch, garden kitchen witch type oracle. It is very nature-based. It talks about plants and herbs. It also uses the Celtic zodiac, which is 13 signs, ironically enough. Scorpio energy there. A lot of the cards will have, those 13 goddesses that represent the 13 signs. They'll give the dates on there. So some of you might get very specific dates to look out for either people born during those dates or things that might be happening during those dates. They also give herbal remedies and like spell work kind of stuff. And I don't want to be like, you're really Harry Potter. No, this is like stuff my mom used to do. Like she would boil cinnamon sticks and orange peels and, bay leaves and things together. And she said it was to make the house smell good, but it was really for luck, abundance, and other things. It's got stuff like that, old school medieval hedge witch magic type stuff to help you manifest, all right, and work with the energies that are best at your disposal. So that is deck number 12, and we're going to close it out with, all right, a oracle card from the Mother Mary Oracle. All right, it is a beautiful, very spiritual deck. It has many emanations of the Virgin Mary and different, virtues that she represents. So I'm just going, and they're very, profound cards and meanings. So I really hope you tune in for the extended and go listen to what the book says, because they almost always bring me to tears. Like literally, like they're so inspiring. And I've been marinating this with a huge chunk of amethyst, because after the reading, I feel like that's going to be a good way to calm it down, is to offer you some comforting advice and kind of direction and a warm hug from Mother Mary. Okay. So hopefully you get a good little spell or, something to do here with the whatever spell oracle, and then Mother Mary will give you a pat on the back. So yeah. Okay. If you guys want to book a personal reading, that info is in the description box below as well. So yeah, that's an overview of all the decks we will be using. So I hope you stay and see this. It's going to be long. I got my cozy blankie, Cancer problems, get a blankie, get, something to drink. It's going to be a minute. All right, that was the decks. Let's go over the astrology type things that are going on right now. Why is this eclipse such a big deal? Why is this such a dramatic one? Why do we care? Why am I putting so much effort into this reading? This is a penultimate eclipse in Scorpio, all right, happening across, the Scorpio Taurus nodes. That's when eclipses happen, all right, is when the moon lines up specifically with one of the nodes, okay? This time it is lining up with the south node that is in Scorpio right now. So, nodes in astrology, your north node and your south node, are karmic, hugely karmic, okay? Your north node is kind of like your North Star. It's pointing you in the direction of your destiny. It's trying to lead you somewhere out of the darkness, all right? It's a guiding energy star. South node is past life karma, where you've come from, who you used to be, all right? Things like that. I am a Leo North Node and a Aquarius South Node. So the fact that I have had tumultuous relationships with, you know, Aquarians my entire life is indicative very much of my past life karma. I must not have been a very easy Aquarian in my past life. All right. So yeah, there's that. Nodes are highly karmic. These nodes are fixed sign nodes, which is even rougher because the fixed signs are the ones that do not bend. All right. There is no give. It's black or white. It's yes or no. It is sugar get off the pot. All right. It is like, you better do something, or you get this violent wake up call from Scorpio energy where death is, you know, exercised somewhere and forcing you to rebirth. Okay. The best advice I can give you astrologically for these is to roll with it and accept these endings with gratitude, because anything that's being removed from you or taken away from you at this point is for your greater good, whether or not you want to believe that or not, because a lot of you are probably going through a really brutal time. Trust me, all right? This is supposed to be a very sobering energy. Scorpio energy does not like fence riders. Scorpio rules the 8th house, all right, which rules death and taxes. The only two things in life that are certain, all right? Death and taxes. That's it. And that's Scorpio. Scorpio does not play, all right? This eclipse is happening, all right, around the 13 to 14 degree of Scorpio. So I suggest all of you take a look at your natal charts and see what, you know, placements you have around 13, 14 degrees Scorpio. I also highly recommend that you look around 3 degrees of Scorpio and Taurus for your north and south node, where the north and south node is currently. See what planets or houses, whatever these things fall in for you, that might guide you in a better direction as to what will be going on for you in a let go sense, okay? These don't have to be bad endings, but they're huge and they're dramatic and they're emotional, and, you know, they're very fixed sign, all right? They're very Leo, Scorpio, Aqua, Taurus. Like, if you know those energies, you understand they don't back down. They don't take a maybe. You have to decide, or it will be decided for you. It's like a parental energy from the universe, and they're smacking you in the face with something like a spoiled teenager, okay? So that kind of gives you a general overview astrologically, all right, about what's going on here. Now, I want to get into the Sabian symbols just very briefly, because if you get your girl on a Sabian symbol tangent, we'll be here until next week, okay? I am still trying to figure out a way to approach the Sabian symbols on my ASouthernStrega Studies channel and start having a discussion about them. But every time I feel like I've got a grasp, I get deeper in and I just keep learning about them. If you don't know what the Sabian symbols are, I do suggest you jump down that wormhole, especially, all right, to identify the degrees that you have planets and important placements in your birth chart, and correlate those with whatever the Sabian symbol is related to your placements, especially your personal planets. So like I said, I'm a 13-degree Scorpio moon, okay? The eclipse is happening on 13 and 14 degrees Scorpio. So we get to talk about my moon sign Sabian symbol today, all right? The symbols for 13 and 14 degrees Scorpio is, 13 is, you know, my sign, which is an inventor performing a laboratory experiment, okay? The one for 14 degrees is telephone lineman working on establishing new connections. All right, so the Sabian mysteries, basically, to sum it up, there was this psychic named Elsie Wheeler. She was disabled. She was a very gifted seer and psychic. She teamed up with with Mark, what is his name? Is it Mark Edwin Jones? I can't, his name is escaping me right now. I'm sorry. Anyways, he sat down with all 360 degrees of the birth wheel, okay? So all the degrees of Aries, all of the degrees of Taurus, so on and so forth, and wrote each degree 1 through 360 on, you know, to represent the circle, on an index card, and he shuffled them all up, okay? And then he went somewhere with her in nature, okay? And he would randomly pick up a card, show her the number and the symbol, show her the number and the sign associated with it, like Aries 13. And she would immediately say what she channeled and what popped into her mind, okay? So every single degree in the birth chart has an associated Sabian symbol. And when I got into mine in my chart, let me tell you, it was like startling, some of the ones that I had, like startling, okay? So I do suggest that you research that for yourself. So anyways, all right, what do these Sabian symbols mean? 13 and 14 degrees, this lineman and the telephone connections and the, you know, inventor inventing. Basically, Scorpio energy is hard to grasp, okay? The moon hates being in Scorpio. It's in its fall in Scorpio. It does terrible in Scorpio, okay? Which people like me who are blessed with a Scorpio moon, all right, on the 13th degree of the death card, mind you, which is even more hilarious for me. We tend to, our emotions are our downfall, all right? They can have us act like monsters. They can have us disconnect completely from reality. We have a tendency to be very inward, highly emotional, also highly psychic and intuitive, PS with a Scorpio moon. But it's not a great energy. It's a hard one to work with emotionally. Scorpio likes, like I said, likes black and white, yes or no. Love and emotions are not black and white. They're confusing. They're muddled. They are watery. Scorpio likes order, okay? There's a reason Scorpio doesn't, you know, seem like a water sign. You don't associate a scorpion with water. You don't. And then the more evolved forms of Scorpio, we have, you know, an air sign, basically. We have the eagle or the hawk or whatever you want to call it in the middle transformation. And then the final form of a Scorpio is fire, a phoenix. So Scorpio is like not even, it's like Aquarius. Everyone thinks they're a water sign, but they're not. It's kind of like that with Scorpio. Like, it doesn't make sense why Scorpio would be a water sign, because they seem very blunt and very harsh and very scary and very mean sometimes, all right? At least, you know, not tame ones. But it's just, it is what it is, all right? And that's the energy of the eclipse that we're going through. It's uncomfortable. It feels very foreign. We have a tendency to get lost in these emotions, especially at the 13th degree. An inventor inventing. This is literally, you know, pointing to the idea of somebody who lives their life in pursuit of their dreams and their lofty goals and imagination, all right? Because if you're an inventor, whatever you're inventing hasn't been invented yet. It's only in your brain, all right? Scorpio energy is very internalized. It is 8th house. It is secret. It is hidden, all right? Underworld energy, not for humans, all right? Same with inventors. It's all in their brain. We don't know where these ideas come from, but they have them, and that's that. So that's an indicator of, like, are you going to spend your entire life in pursuit of something that you cannot prove or that might never come to fruition? Like, how much, you know, when does it become a dream and when does it become an obsession? Because Scorpio energy is obsessive in its bad form. And I will be the first one to testify that my Scorpio moon has made me crazy, all right? Crazy in the past. So we have to be very careful. Is this positive magician energy where we're taking that Ace of Wands and manifesting something new and good and positive? Or are we literally, you know, delusional here? All right? There's no room for any kind of delusion here. Everything is going to be very blunt. All right? The best way I can put this energy is blunt. Blunt, like a jailhouse shiv. All right? So there's that. The transition from the 13 to the 14, all right, the telephone man lines, you know, making new connections. You see all these workers that are connecting all these lines to allow all these people to communicate. It wants you to pay very close attention to who you are connecting to, who you are communicating with, how you are communicating. It's also an indicator for humanity as a whole that we're all becoming very much more connected, and we need to make sure that we, you know, take care of those connections and use them for good and not evil. Scorpio likes justice, all right? Scorpio represents the judgment card. It's not just justice, it's judgment. Scorpio is like the, sentencer after the trial. I am a former lawyer. I'm still a lawyer. I'm still in good standing. I still have my license. I'm just not practicing currently. But I really like to explain this in a legal context that, the fool is basically on trial from the time he's, born until the judgment card in the world. His final outcome is determined after judgment. So Scorpio is the judgment card. That is a Scorpio card because Scorpio, it's death or life. They're going to live or they're going to die, basically. Figure it out. This is what this is. It's sink or swim energy. All right, is what I was getting with this. So I also wanted to discuss the Sabian symbols for the North and South node during this eclipse season. They are both at 3 degrees. One is Scorpio, South node, and one is Taurus, North node, okay? The South node for Scorpio, 3 degrees, is neighbors helping in a house raising. And then for Taurus, North node, it is natural steps leading to a field of clovers, okay? This, to me, the North and the South node here, the South node is, like I said, past karma. This is, people coming together as a community and helping a house raising, okay? House raising is when the community would literally get together for either a newlywed couple or a new member in the tribe or something like that. And they would all pull together their resources, their energy and everything to help these people get a house together, like build them a little house so they had somewhere to be. It was a sign of being welcomed into the tribe. It was a sign of community. It was, using your energy to collaborate with your community and to do great things to, further your community and, continue life on earth, like as a human in a society. Okay. So that's where we're coming from, a place of doing the right thing and trying to advance society and be part of it and help it along and be kind. And then we have this energy of like, if we were doing this in the past, if we were being community oriented and, being a team player, then North Node, our destiny, where we're heading, where we're supposed to be going towards, is these natural steps with the field of clovers. The fact that it's natural steps means that you don't have to build the steps, you don't have to work for them, that the universe literally just laid out a path for you to this field filled with luck, all right? Clovers are associated with luck and, money and gold and treasure and leprechauns and good luck, all right? So that's what that is. So you really need to be taking a look at how you've been acting in the past, how you've been treating your neighbors, your friends, your relationships, what kind of connections you're making. Are they positive? Are they going to advance your community? Would these people show up to help you build a house? Would they welcome you into their community? Really be looking at these things, because if these energies are not cooperative, if you're not being cooperative, if the people around you are not, like, they will be removed. This is judgment time coming in, okay? So that was a Sabian overview. Last thing about the astrology and why I feel like this is such an important reading is this cycle with this eclipse here. It started back in I want to say November 2021 when the Taurus, Scorpio nodes shifted and we started having eclipses on those nodes. That's when everything kind of started popping off with this. We had 2 major blood moon eclipses in rapid succession, like very close to each other. One was on May 15th, 2022. So almost a year ago to the day of this eclipse now. And then we had another one, November 8th, 2022, blood moon also. 2 blood moons. That was in Scorpio season, okay? And then we've got this one today on 5/5. And then we have another one, which is a partial October 28th of this year. That's on the Taurus moon and the Scorpio sun. And then the next blood moon, all right, is not until March 13th of 2025. So to me, and what I feel with my Scorpio moon, with this energy, is that kind of whatever you started off in mid 2021, all right, that is going to play out, or you're going to be reaping what you sow with that until, 2025, basically. So really, we're right in the middle of this energy, which is why this eclipse is so important. It's the turning point. Judgment is where we're at now. The next step is the world. The world is final. Judgment can go either way. Okay? So you're on trial right now. You've presented all of your evidence. So there's no time to like suck up or anything like that. It's like you better have learned your lessons and you better make your decisions now. Okay? Because, that verdict is getting handed down. And we're going to, see whether or not you're going to get a good one or not. So that's why this is so important. Okay? Choices. It's all about choices. All right. So that covers all of my... Jesus, that was a 30-minute intro, y'all. I am going to be so tired tomorrow. But I am like geeked on this energy. Like I am, first of all, it's Mercury retrograde. So that's another reason why this eclipse is crazy. I was born during Mercury retrograde. Okay. I have a 13-degree Scorpio moon, which is where this is all going down at. And I don't know. I just get like, I am a Cancer sun. So the moon literally rules me. So I'm here for it. I'm into it. I love moon energy. Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. I don't like to plug Kanye because he's like, I think he's suffering from mental health. I'm not going to knock the guy. He's talented as all get out. But that song, Praise God, all right? God, what are the lyrics to that? We gonna praise our way out the gray, dark living, hopping out the graveyard, coming back to life. Oh, he's talking about we're just gonna be thankful, all right, for this death. He's talking about praying your way and praising your way out of the depths of despair, coming out of the graveyard back to life, and being thankful for learning the harsh lesson of death and rebirth. Okay? It's a theme in all the religions. It's a Christ-like theme. So anyone on here saying I'm some Satanist can just suck it, first of all. Anyways, all right. Let's see. What order do I want to go in? I don't know. So I'm going to use my trusty little jar here that has all the zodiac signs mixed up in it. So I'm just going to let the universe tell me. All right, who's next? Who's going to be? Oh my God, my door just like opened. My air conditioner turned off. It's Virgo. Oh, I'm a Virgo rising and my baby's a Virgo sun and my poor little baby is like so sick right now. I had to cut my live short. My last one. My mom was like, my sister was calling me in the middle of it. All right, Virgo, let's get it going here. No pauses. I just chugged some more coffee. And keep it moving. Okay, one card for Virgo's moon energy. What phase is Virgo in right now? Whew. Wow, you got the first new moon that I've pulled for any of these signs. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Venus energy, big time. You're deserved whatever this is. This is balancing out the scales. All right, some of you, this is a relationship or a connection that you've already been in where things are going to actually finally become fair. All right, where it's like death and rebirth. If it's ended, then you're rebirthing this into a new cycle with whoever this is. Some of you are actually getting a brand new person, okay? There's also, if you're not even here for love readings, this is you finding your passion, all right? It's Venus energy. It's inspirational energy. It's like muse energy. This is a new cycle with that. It's a beautiful cycle. You are the first ones that got new moon, all right? You're due some justice, big time. Find out when the next new moon in Libra is and the previous new moons in Libra and see what was going on during those days. Also, you lost hope on whatever this was. Look at this new moon, all right? It's not completely blacked out. There's like a tiny sliver of a crescent. You've almost given up all hope on whatever this is, but there still is, you know, a spark still there. All right, let me get your zodiac and planetary energies. What do you get for Libra? Saturn in the reverse. Daddy Saturn. He's the scariest planet of all, in my opinion. Why is it in the reverse, though? Let me get the zodiac energy now. Tell me what Libra needs to see. Libra. Why did I say that? What Virgo needs to see. Because I just pulled your new moon in Libra, that's why. Capricorn in the reverse. This is a lack of discipline. Weird flex for a Virgo. It is also very stereotypical. You're on the bottom there. Very stereotypical Virgo control issue type dynamic. And I know that's like so cliche to say that, but that's what that is. Saturn is about order. It's about rules. It's about, you know, doing what is expected. It's about falling into line. Capricorn energy is the worker. They are, you know, all about business. In the reverse here, that's you exhibiting some kind of a negative devil energy, you know, obsession, attachment, addiction, whatever this is. This is something that's out of your control. Saturn, when Saturn is involved, Saturn's in control. Saturn is, you know, smacking you down to try to teach you a lesson. It's like your parent. Saturn is like the mean dad of the zodiac, of, you know, the astrology. They step in when you need order, when you need boundaries, when you need rules. This is you not, you know, putting up proper boundaries. This is you giving into things. This is you obsessing over things that are out of your control. And it's a failure to get things done, all right? It's a failure to, you know, produce. It's a failure to boss up here. It's like you think you know what you're doing. You think you've got control over all of this, but you do not. Some of these things you can't possibly control. They are way out of your hands. And I feel like you think that there's something you can do if you meddle, but there's not. You need to stay out of this. You need to let things happen accordingly. It's earth energy, just like you. You want things to go how you want them to go and how you have planned and how you set things up for. I feel like you guys had a plan about the direction you were heading, or you were very dead set on something, whether this be a job, relationship, or whatever. And whatever, you feel like you're just beating your head up against the wall about something. And you keep trying harder and you keep trying harder. And instead of like going forward, you're backpedaling. It's like you're digging a hole deeper here. Because you're not going with the flow of the energy. You're not following the rules with this. You're not listening to when there's, you know, walls thrown up. Pay attention to that. It's like you refuse to say no to something. You know, I don't know what this is. You got to put your boundaries up, though. It's like you're obsessed with, you know, controlling something. You need to not be doing that. That's not a good energy to have during Scorpio lunar eclipses, which if you're obsessed with controlling the outcome of something, this is like such a highly unpredictable, ridiculous energy that is, you know, you just got to ride this vicious wave. All right. I should have left those out. I've been leaving them out so I can see what's going on and remember what's going on. Just gonna leave those out for you. All right, let's get your Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle card. Because as I said in the intro, if you skipped it, which I know my Virgos wouldn't do that. Beltane was May 1st. So this is the energy that is currently big time influencing us right now. We're right in the beginning stages of it. What does Virgo need to see right now? That's 2 cards. I don't take it if it's 2, but it was Lovers and Self-Worship. Somebody else pulled Lovers. I forget who it was. You guys got Maypole. I was just talking about Beltane. Maypole is what you do on May Day. It's like the little pole you dance around with all the little things. You might want to look that up. Just research the Maypole holiday, see what it means. You might want to do that kind of a ritual or something like that. 24, that's 6 energy. That's all about cooperation. Look at all these women running around together doing this. It says, I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. That's like, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. Also, it's Empress energy, fertile energy. But what are you planting? That's what you need to be wary of. Whatever you plant, this is a warning, okay? You will receive in abundance. So if you're planting chaotic stuff, or if you're opening up the door, like we see with this energy here, to not establishing a boundary, if you're planting the seed of, you know, I'll do that, or I'll take on this responsibility, that's going to grow. Those expectations of you will grow. You have a lot of lucky energy. This feels like Jupiter and Venus energy. Look what Jupiter's doing in your chart right now. Look what Venus is doing in your chart right now. Because you got Libra too. That's like a Venus energy. This finally also with 6 energy, like 6 of Pentacles in the tarot. That's when you have enough extra resources to share with somebody else. Like you're in a good position to where you can actually, you know, bring somebody else up to your level and it won't hurt you anymore. That's where you're heading, okay? I feel like you're heading into that, but I feel like you might blow this if you don't, you know, just let things go. I feel like you've lost hope on what this new romantic cycle type thing is, and that might be making you want to get a little more, you know, possessive or controlling with whatever's going on, but you need to just let it flow. Let it go, let it flow, because it's going to happen. As long as you don't meddle, which is a hard thing for a Virgo. All right, let's get the message from your ancestors from the Universal Folk Oracle for you. Show me what you want to tell Virgo today. What's the message you want to give Virgo today? Number 40, manifest, dreams, journal, moon, sleep. Man, y'all are like, this is crazy. Y'all are the first sign that I've really felt the rebirth energy for instead of the death energy. Because Scorpio is both. It's not just death, all right? Death means something comes next. You're in the next phase. Death is not an ending, all right? Death is a cycle. It's not a final ending. It does not mean things are over, all right? You guys are the first ones that have like got this rebirth energy here. Your intentions are so important right now. With all this abundant energy, it's like you just better be careful what you wish for. I just keep getting that. Because I feel like you're wishing for something toxic here with that double energy and the Saturn energy. It's something you can't have. Saturn, like I said, is the dad, and it's, he like sets boundaries and rules. You don't like those rules, Capricorn in reverse, so you're getting that double energy. I'll change the rules, or I will bend the rules. Be careful about that, all right? Because whatever you wish for, if it's being blocked from your path, just be mindful of that. If you keep trying to call something in that's, you know, consistently been taken away from you or prevented from being in your energy, then just be wary of that. Because eventually your guides will give you what you're asking for just to show you why you shouldn't have done that. And for you, it'll be magnified like times 1,000 with all this Jupiter energy that I'm feeling and all this abundant energy and things. It's like you're manifesting right now, so you better make sure that you're magician upright and not magician in the reverse, like calling in, you know, more chaos or more negativity. Threshold was at the bottom. Interesting. All right. That's 4 energy though. Like you are on your way to something stable. You got 6 energy and 4 energy. It's like at first, you know, manifest, build yourself up, create that 4 energy with the 4 of Wands, be very stable, ready to go forward. And then you'll be elevated to that 6 where you can like give to others and be recognized for your achievements. All right, let's get 3 cards from this Enchanted Map. Try to take a look at where your path is headed, little Virgos. And then we'll clarify those with the wild unknown. Need 3 cards for Virgo. That came fast. That came real fast. It was busted out. Metamorphosis. What did I say? That's the rebirth, okay? That's after the, you know, caterpillar sits in its cocoon, dies out, and becomes the butterfly, all right? Metamorphosis, change. You are, do it. Movement and moonlight. Big full moon energy there. Flamingos. Some of you guys feel like a fish out of water. You feel ridiculous. You're shouldering too many burdens. And watch who you are taking into this new cycle with you. All right, you've got Metamorphosis, which is 25. That's 7. All right, broken down. This is you planting your seed. That card, just told you, I am fertile, what I seed. This is you planting your seed. You will get something new, a new cycle, especially a new romantic one. But in this devil energy, this romantic cycle could be very toxic. Just be careful. Maypole, like wrapping things around each other. You will be stuck to whatever this energy is. I see this movement card, and it's got this like ostrich. It's like you're carrying too many things on your back. Be careful who you're taking into this new cycle. That's 28. That, breaks down to a 10. Which also breaks down to a 1. So it's like there's endings and then a new beginning. Again, that's Scorpio energy. That's death and rebirth. Just be careful who you bring into this new cycle with you. There's a lot of baggage with whatever this is, but you are moving. It feels very foreign. It feels very confusing to you, this moon energy, moonlight. It's almost like you don't want to embrace this, or you don't want to. Virgos don't do well with moon energy. You guys like things to be certain. You like to know what's going on. You like very concise, explanations for things. You don't like things to be up in the air and very wishy-washy. There's a lot up in the air here. These butterflies are up in the air. There's a hot air balloon with whatever this movement is here. And there's, the moon is very up in the air, very confusing. That's 51. That breaks down to a 6. That's more, it's like the more you allow yourself to accept this confusing energy and process it, it's like the more the universe is going to work with you. They want you to, let go of that control and just allow things to be confusing. Allow there to be no plan right now. Just trust that somebody else, the universe or your guides or your ancestors, whoever, have a plan for you, so you don't have to make it at this time. It's very counterintuitive to you, but this Scorpio energy, I keep saying this in all the readings and it keeps coming up, the same kind of theme. It's they want you to experience the other side, because Scorpio energy wants to make you uncomfortable. It wants to break you out of your shell and metamorphosize you into a different version. That's why Scorpio goes from the scorpion to the eagle to the phoenix in their transition as a Scorpio. You don't just stay a lowly Scorpio the whole time. The final evolution of a Scorpio is a phoenix. Because, constantly wants you to rebirth and rebirth and rebirth until you finally reach that divine form of a phoenix who can never be destroyed. And no matter what you do, it always comes back from the ashes. That's what they're wanting you to do here, but it's like, you like, don't like that you have a lot of uncertainty. This uncertain movement, all right? You're scared of this change almost. I feel like you want it. I feel like you're embracing it, but at the same time, you want it to be on your terms, and it's not going to be. It will be on the universe's terms this time. All right? All right, let's clarify these. I'm doing 3 shuffles and then 3 cards for Metamorphosis. Why are you here for Virgo? Some of you are just looking at the stuff that's going on right now and thinking that it's utterly ridiculous that your life is going in this direction. 2 of Swords, you're not sure about this change. Page of Swords, you want more info. King of Cups. Star in the reverse on the bottom of that. The love relationship or the new romantic cycle that they were talking about here, it's like you're very unsure about it. I feel like if somebody does come back around from the past, or if there's a new person coming in, you're going to have a hard time trusting. There's something that you need to do in a relationship context, and it doesn't have to be, romantic. This could just be with other people as well, friends, family, whatever. Your dynamic between, soulmates or people that you care about, there's something that needs to be shed here. There's some kind of a transformation that needs to happen. You're in about this metamorphosis card and the change that you're going to undergo and the new version of yourself that will be birthed out of here. You're in 2 of Swords with the Page of Swords energy right there. You don't know if you're going to consent to this change or if you're ready to step into this new phase, because you still need more information, Page of Swords. You still want to, there's still more info. There's still more things you need to learn here. You also feel like when you, King of Cups, before you decide to open yourself up emotionally to anybody, you want all the facts. You want to be sure. Sword energy, all right? That means you're cutting off your intuition, though. You're forgetting how you feel about it. You're also, not being very grounded and down to earth and making decisions in a correct way. You're also ignoring your passion or ignoring, you know, your will here. No fire energy. It's all swords. It's like all mental, the way you're thinking about love or, you know, connecting people on an emotional level. That's not a good thing, all right? If you want a romantic cycle or if you want an emotional connection, like sword energy will destroy that half the time, all right? You gotta feel it. You gotta, you know, pursue what you want. This is you trying to be too careful almost. You're never gonna have all the answers. You're never gonna have a guarantee, all right, about what happens next or how this person will act this time or, you know, what's going to happen with this relationship. You just don't. Sometimes you just got to, like, take a chance, all right? All right, why is movement here? Why is movement here for Virgo? Movement. What a random ostrich. There's the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. 3 of Swords. That's why. Page of Wands. Queen of Swords. Upright. So this movement we're talking about, this change, this metamorphosis, this new stage, this, you know, new Virgo that's being birthed here. The reason you're having a hard time with that movement or it feels very burdensome or tiresome or ridiculous to you is because it's not practical. Right? Something about this situation is not making sense. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's making you feel very insecure. It's making you feel like you don't have control over anything. It's making you feel like it's going to take away from you energetically, or it's almost exhausting. You got the 3 of Swords here with the Page of Wands, because last time you know, pursued your passions or spoke up about what it was that you want or expressed your will and your desires with that Page of Wands, you got the 3 of Swords, you know, betrayal and heartbreak and things like that. You almost feel like, no, I've been down this road before, so I'm not going to go there again. That ended up with hurt. I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't ever want to feel that way again. I'm just going to shut up and not say what I want. I'm just going to, you know, try to think this out some more, try to gain some more information. I'm going to ignore, you know, my instincts here because that got me hurt last time. When I didn't plan this well enough, when I was, you know, too casual or when I was too quick to speak or to, you know, manifest or whatever this was with the Page of Wands, you know, like it ended in pain. I got betrayed and something happened. You don't want to ever be in that energy again. But you can never have that guarantee, all right? Ever. It doesn't matter how much research you do. It doesn't matter how many facts that you glean from this. It doesn't matter how hard you study or try or talk this out. You will never get, you know, a guarantee that's like reliable with, you know, emotional relationships. Feelings change, things change. It's about, you know, allowing yourself to experience that. It's part of that bumpy little road. Moonlight, why are you here? That XXXTentacion song. Spotlight, moonlight, what did it do in the moonlight? Yeah. All right. Moonlight. 5 of Cups in the reverse. That's why you're like, there's the Queen of Wands and the Page of Swords in the reverse. No, that's a Knight of Swords in reverse. This is you literally telling yourself, I can't have what I want. I need to check my passions. I need to, you know, be more practical here. The Queen of Wands isn't super practical. She just knows what she wants more than any queen in the deck, and she refuses to stop until she gets it. You don't want to do this energy, Moonlight, because, you know, you don't see where that's going. It's like you're running into the dark. All right. But if you're holding a wand, it's like a torch. You can see where you're going. Your passions will light the way. And that sounds so corny. I don't know what that's about. You're afraid to run into that moon energy, though. You're afraid to run into that, you know, heavy emotional depths where things are very muddled. That's uncomfortable because you will end up regretting it, though. The Knight of Swords in the reverse refuses to go forward, or he doesn't have a clear plan or a strategy, so he fails. He sabotages himself, all right? It's almost like, you know, being a traitor to yourself. You're doing this all out of the fear of the 5 of Cups. You think that you're going to feel that, you know, regret. You will regret not allowing this to happen. The Wheel of Fortune upright is at the bottom of your deck also. This is very heavily guided by spirit, whatever you're doing here. They want to, you know, they want you to prove that you trust them. That you trust them to, you know, put whoever's supposed to be on your path. They want you to trust them that they've got this. And sometimes you don't have to be so, you know, adamant about which way this is going. They also want you to, you know, get your confidence back up. A lot of you guys have had your confidence just like shaken or broken to the point where you're scared to go for what you want. You almost feel stupid or selfish or reckless. You feel very reckless about this. You're being overly cautious, some of you. I get it, all right? Five of Cups energy sucks, and you don't ever want to feel that way again. Some of you are just telling yourself that you're never going to have things your way, or, you know, or that you're never going to find what it is that you're looking for. So why even bother? It's like, why would I even enter into this, or why would I even attempt to move towards that when there's too many unanswered questions? You guys are reading like an air sign, FYI. Weird flex. All right, let's do your Slavic cross. I changed my camera angle up a little for you guys. Like I don't know, you can see the cards a little bit better. Not really. All right. I'm doing the wrong deck. I'm going to start with Santa Muerte. And I did 13 shuffles. So we're doing the death energy first. And then we're using the Ostara Tarot, which represents spring energy, to do the rebirth clarification on this, you know, general energy check. And this looks at the heart of the matter, how your brain is working, both consciously and subconsciously, the past, the near future, the final outcome, other people's energy, your hopes and your fears. I have no idea how many shuffles this is, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stop trying to force myself to do things a certain way. I should know better. That was my Virgo rising rearing its ugly head. My Scorpio moon says, F that. You're going to shuffle until I say stop. Show me Virgo's energy right now for this eclipse in Scorpio currently. One more. All right. Center of everything for my Virgos. Ooh, Two of Cups. Y'all have some of y'all are about to get into a relationship. Man, this eclipse cycle has been gnarly. Just gnarly. Just know that y'all are going to come out of it like for the best. You will. These are the first reading that's felt super positive. Crossing you is the 10 of Wands. Big shocker there. Virgo's taking on too much responsibility. Getting ready to break. You have the Hierophant in the reverse in your recent past. Currently on your mind is the Queen of Cups. Y'all are showing up so dang watery today. Cancerian energy there. Beautiful. Near future, the Lovers. Virgo. Some of y'all are getting wifed up or husband up. Oh, but there it is. There it is. Always this subconscious space, man. This is why I do my Celtic different. I call it a Slavic, because I use this space to look at your subconscious energy, your saboteur, basically. Is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. It was rejection. All right, having you want it so bad. You look at her, Queen of Cups. This is how your brain is working together. In the center of everything, you've got the two. You want your soulmate. You want that, you know, feeling of trust, that feeling of togetherness, that feeling of, you know, this is my person. On your mind, you got your heart in your hands. You want to do it. You're struggling with it though, because Ace of Cups in the reverse, because the last time you gave your heart, it was rejected, and you can't stop thinking about that. Like the subconscious energy, I say, it's always not something that you fixate on a daily basis, but it's like kept in the back of your mind. And every time you try to exercise your free will with your, you know, conscious energy, that sabotages you, or it pulls you backwards. You have to really grow a pair, Virgo, is what I want to say. Like, quit being afraid. The Three of Cups in the reverse is the energy in your control. Energy on the outside is Seven of Wands in the reverse. You have the High Priestess with your hopes and your fears, and that makes total sense. Because I told you, it's like you turned off your intuition, you know, you turned off your fire energy and your water energy, and you were just fixated on this, you know, air energy, trying to, you know, analyze this metamorphosis. That's not the way you do it, all right? Water and fire are essential for this. Those are two of Scorpio's energies. Like I said, it starts as the Scorpion and then evolves finally to the Phoenix. Water, fire. Your biggest hope is to listen to your heart and listen to your intuition and your gut. But that's terrifying to you, okay? because a lot of times that's very uncertain and you don't trust yourself, okay? Because I feel like you have ended up in some bad situations in the past. You end up with the Two of Pentacles. You get the Two of Cups in the center of your reading and you end up with the Two of Pentacles. You guys are gonna, you know, blow it. Some of you. Hanged Man. Yeah. You're gonna wait too long, or you're gonna be like too careful here. You're not gonna jump on the opportunity. You're gonna overthink it and miss it. A lot of you. If in your heart, this is what you really want, then you need to stop being so worried and you need to stop distracting from whatever this is. You need to stop doubting it. What is this Hierophant in the past? I feel like you guys have a very traditional view on what a relationship looks like or how things are supposed to be done. This has become inflexible. This fell right on top of that Metamorphosis card that I was trying to clarify. Your old way of doing things needs to be thrown out the window. This is where you need to wake up with the epiphany that, you know, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, all right? It's Taurus energy, and the opposite of that would be Sagittarian energy. No, why did I just say that? Scorpio energy. Gemini and Sag are the opposites. I mean, obviously, the Hierophant in the reverse here, that means they want you to do the Scorpio thing, death and rebirth that. A lot of you guys were let down. People were supposed to be following the rules. People were supposed to be doing things, and they didn't. It's like they showed you a different face, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. They're breaking this contract, or they're not doing this, and this is not the way that things are supposed to go. I get a big Sag energy, though. Like, I want you to, like, elevate your thinking or think outside of the box with this. It's like taking on a deeper spiritual meaning to something. It's not being so fixated on what you were taught and what, you know, you've always believed, and it's like advancing that thinking and taking it to the next level. Realizing that it's not so black and white. They definitely want you to put a death, though, to old ways. Hierophant is about old ways. It's things that are ingrained in you from birth, basically, and that expectations that are put on you, which a lot of times the Hierophant is like too restrictive. If you're a rule follower, then you don't want to break the rules. Hierophant reverse is you breaking tradition. I don't think you like this energy of being, you know, not doing things the traditional way or not doing things the way that you were taught. You don't want to disappoint people. And again, it's comfortable Hierophant energy because, again, it's been ingrained in you since childhood. The bottom of your deck here is the Hangman, though. You've got to shift perspectives. You've got to see things another way. You've got to get into the energy of realizing that there's not one way that everything goes. There's many ways. Lovers is coming up in your near future, and the energy that your guides want you to be very aware of that's in your control when that energy confronts you is the Three of Cups in the reverse. A lot of you are going to have multiple people coming back, or specifically one certain person that is just end all be all toxic. Your power here, Three of Cups in the reverse, is to reject that. The rest of you here, I see, you know, you have the opportunity with the Lovers here to go down a different path, a different road, either into a new relationship or whatever. All right, Lovers is not always about love. It's a major life choice. It's a very spiritual life choice. It's a very important turning point. And you have it, all right, and it's coming up. Some of you aren't going to take it. Three of Cups is about joining together, jumping in, you know, with a crowd. You're showing the energy of rejecting that. So they want you to be aware of that. Lovers is a major opportunity. And I feel like this one won't be around long. Because I feel like this outside energy here with the Seven of Wands, this is somebody dropping their guard and allowing themselves to enter into some kind of new phase. I feel like the person you've been dealing with has been very defensive, Seven of Wands energy. They've been very fixated on their perspective. They've been unable to budge. They've been in like that Hierophant energy. I don't feel like they would do things the right way. They were being very selfish. Now that's all turning around. Now it's like they're dropping their guard. They're, you know, taking their boundaries down. Just be really careful, all right? Because like I said, with all your oracles and stuff, whatever energy you commit to at this time is going to be amplified like 100-fold. So make sure that you're attaching yourself to a good one. But also don't be too scared. to, take a chance on something. I do feel like this person's vulnerability and willingness to drop their guard and their boundaries is very short-lived, which is why I feel like the urgency to jump on this opportunity if you want it, all right, it's a very small window. So if you sit around and get in all this air energy like I'm seeing for you and overanalyze and overthink this situation, I feel like that option will be taken away from you, okay? Because the Lovers is about an option. I feel like if you don't take that road when it's presented, you'll have to go the other road because you won't have that path will be blocked. I really don't like that you're afraid of your own intuition. That is a very grounded earth type energy. It doesn't, like, a lot of times you might feel like you're crazy. Some of you are just literally feeling like you're insane. You've been feeling something for a really long time and it hasn't come true. So you're starting to think that you're wrong. But at the same time, you really like to, carry a flame for that or hold out a candle for that. I don't feel like your intuition is wrong. I feel like you're trying to just, snuff it out. You don't want to listen to that because it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. You don't know where that's coming from. I see an inability on your part to want to cooperate or collaborate and jump into something or start anything fresh, especially on an emotional context. But that's not going to be good for you, all right? You're going to end up in Two of Pentacles energy. More confusion, all right? More not knowing what to do or having to, consider options that you might not want. On the positive side, though, again, final outcome is you having choices. And so, like, more than what you know what to do with here. Juggling things, like having no idea what to do with all this stuff. I'd caution against that, though, because, like, you having too many options, Virgo, you're reading like a Gemini. It's like Lovers back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you have too many options and that makes you nervous, this is like me, like when I go to Taco Bell or something, or like when I'm shopping online and there's like 10,000 choices of things and I just panic and I don't know what to do and I freeze and I order like $30 worth of food that I'll never eat because I just panic. I don't know what I want. Too many options. It's overwhelming. You need to be narrowing these things down. Anything else on your plate right now, I feel like is gonna, be kind of catastrophic. It's like a little computer, your brain's gonna fry. All right, let me clarify these. All right, give me some more insight as to what is going to rebirth here for Virgos. Clarify these energies, please. You guys have so much water. It's crazy. And majors, my God. Hierophant, Hangman, Lovers, High Priestess. They're very spiritual cards. You guys have a very spiritual connection coming towards you. Don't miss it. All right. Two of Cups is clarified by the Devil. You don't understand whether or not this is real love or if you're just being like a psycho obsessive stalker. Some of you guys have like been feeling feelings for somebody for a really long time to the point where it's about to break you. 10 of Wands. You're so tired of trying to figure out where this is going to go or how this is going to play out. You've done everything in your power to bring this back together or to, make this work, and nothing is working. 10 of Wands crossing you here. That nothing will work. And you're starting to almost feel like maybe this is toxic. Maybe I need to take a step back. In your heart, though, this is your soulmate, all right? You are a little obsessive with this. You are taking it a little far. But I feel like you need to... This relationship or this connection, whatever this is not happening the way that it's supposed to in your eyes, all right? This is not how other relationships have gone. This is definitely not what you expected. But the devil is starting to get to you. And whenever the devil is in the mix, especially in your heart space, that's when you start self-sabotaging. That's when things start getting overwhelming. When the devil comes in and creates doubt. The devil is lies. And he's in your heart space, talking to you about relationships. You guys need to like really take a sobering look at your emotional connections. You'll know which ones are toxic and which ones are not. Crossing you is the Chariot with that 10 of Wands. Too much, too fast. Somebody else got this. You're playing chess, not checkers. Like you're playing checkers. You need to be playing chess. It's breaking you that this is not going as fast as you want it to. You also don't like the fact that this is like an overly strategic energy with you and whoever you're dealing with. You feel like you want to anticipate their next move. Do you see this Chariot? It's like two chess pieces here. You want to anticipate their next move because you want to make sure that you can protect yourself. The Chariot at the end of the day is not going forward until you're protected and armored up, and that's when you go into the battle. You don't want to enter the arena here because you're not quite sure what the next move of the other party is. And you refuse to move until you know that you're safe. I don't think you're ever going to know that you're safe in this. I think your guides are asking you for a leap of faith, which to a Virgo is like, they're not going to do that. There are too many loose ends with that. Like, I'm not cool with just a leap of faith and blind trust like that. That's very icky. All right, feels very uncomfortable. That is not the way we were taught. So that is not the way things go. I can't even see this as being a smart choice. Hangman, I can't even imagine myself being that reckless. But you got to understand that, chess is a slow game and you don't like that. You want something to go fast. If you try to speed this up or if you try to, play games with whatever this is, it's going to wreck you. Got the Empress in the reverse, clarifying the Hierophant in the reverse. It's like the more you stick to old ways, the more you stick to traditions, the less that is to, caring for yourself. All those seeds here that we were talking about in the beginning of your reading that will come to fruition and that will, give you abundance and all of this. If you fail to A, uphold your moral code and what you know spiritually to be true, but B, also are too inflexible here, then it's like it's going to fail. You won't receive all that abundance. Also, some of you planted seeds in the past that you knew were not right for you. So you need to cut those crops down. Weed that garden bed. I just got weeding that out. It's like weeds growing in your garden. You need to get rid of all of those ASAP, because you did plant some bad seeds here. And I was telling you that you were going to reap in abundance, whatever this is. I feel like you planted a lot of seeds in the past. That's why this Lover's card is coming up in the near future, because you're going to have to choose which crops are the good ones and which ones are the bad. What's the bad apple? What's the good apple? All right, Queen of Cups, where are you here? The Ten of Cups in the reverse. Virgo, this is crazy. All cups. It's like you so want to offer your heart up. You are so ready for that on the inside. But then you start thinking about it some more and you're like, well, what if I get rejected? What if I, lose that again? What if it's taken away from me? Again, you don't know how the other person feels. This Ten of Cups, they got two blindfolds on and they're like embracing each other. They're like octopuses. They're wrapped up in each other. This, notion is very scary to you, to go in blind to something emotional and to, be sucked into the depths and be wrapped up into somebody else. Even though you very much want that mutual affection, you want to be loved, you want to be, taken care of like that. It's like, that's absolutely terrifying. You're really afraid to give up that kind of control to another person again and to be in that situation. Also, just be very careful who you're giving your heart to. Some of y'all almost put yourself in the situation here. It's almost like a masochistic energy with that Hierophant and Empress in the reverse in the past. And then the Queen of Cups with the Ten of Cups in reverse on your mind. This is you almost like wanting to give your heart away to somebody toxic. Like, this is the reason I won't date right now, because I cannot for the life of me find myself attracted to a stable man. I don't know what my deal is. I love those crazy Gemini moons that have daddy issues, mommy issues, whatever. I cannot choose a healthy relationship. So I've completely told myself that I'm not allowed to be in one until I know how to choose a healthy one. I can't. I love a bad boy. I can't break that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't shake it. But it always ends terribly, stunningly bad. I need to write a book one day. But yeah, it ends stunningly bad. And some of y'all are in that same energy where all you want to do is give your heart to the thing that you know will like reject you and break you, and that will take all the work in the world to fix and to make right. I don't know if it's just because I like the challenge, or what. But like, I don't like the traditional Hierophant energy. I reject that energy just like you do, Virgos, in the past. Like I said, I'm a Virgo rising. It's resonating real hard with your girl right here. They're like kind of calling me out. They're like, you're a failure to abide by what the Hierophant has taught you has resulted in Empress in the reverse in the past. You taking away from your abundance. You purposely digging yourself a hole and preventing your growth by continuously not learning your lesson. The basics, which is don't, link up with a crazy love relationship. And repeatedly do it over and over and over again. Here's our choices, though. Here's the Moon in the reverse. Oi, clarifying the Lovers. It's not going to be clear which way to choose here. You are not going to understand this. It's not going to be, easy. Also, you guys are like not seeing all the options. Oh, a little big yawn here. A lot of you guys are not seeing the options here. And again, you're turning off your intuition. You're turning off your feelings, making your decisions. You need to get in that moon energy and feel all the weird feelings before you make your choice. You want clarity, all right? You want moon in reverse. You don't want the moon energy to be overseeing this lover's choice. But tough shit. It is. All right, you got the Two of Pentacles down here, clarifying the Ace of Cups in the reverse. You still don't understand why you were rejected, all right? You carry that with you, whatever this rejection was. You're still trying to figure it out. And because you can't figure it out, that's why you can't go forward. Because you don't want to make that same mistake again. But you don't know what the mistake was, all right? You don't know what you did wrong here. To you, I feel like you did nothing wrong. Maybe you didn't, all right? Maybe it was just them. Who knows, all right? But at the end of the day, like, you don't know what to do with this, all right? So you're just not going to do anything. Three of Cups in the reverse is about the Page of Swords. More of you wanting to know what is going on. You don't, all right? And you can't. I don't know how else to explain this. Y'all's cards are just reading the same over and over and over again. The Sun in the reverse clarifies that outside energy. This person has been hiding out, all right? Hiding out big time. They're also miserable. That's why they're dropping their guard finally. I feel like they've been pushed to the point where they have to do that. Got the Sun and the Moon here, like, staring at each other. Also, maybe you have disconnected from this energy. They don't know what's going on here. I feel like they're coming out of hiding. Get their feelers out, trying to figure out what's going on here. They want clarity on something. They don't like being left out in the dark. They're also realizing that their boundaries and their defensiveness and their, combative nature with whatever this is has caused this Sun reverse energy, which is like despair, no happiness at all. They're kind of getting it now. High Priestess is clarified by Temperance. You don't know how to balance out the intuition with all the other elements. You guys are very good, I feel like, in the earth energy. You're very good with the sword energy. But when it comes to fire and water, the things that are unpredictable, that's where you start doubting yourself. You got to work on that, all right? You can balance all of those things out. You can find peace with all of that. You can make peace with everything. You can find a way to work with all of those energies at the same time. You want to do that, and you're afraid of that. Don't be afraid of it. Two of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Pentacles in the reverse. It'll just make it more confusing. Oh my God, you got the Two of Cups at the bottom of your deck. That was in the center of your deck. A lot of you guys are trying to figure out whether somebody's your soulmate. They are. Big time. Big time, big time, big time. They don't look like your soulmate. They don't act like your soulmate. Nothing is easy. Nothing is coming in, the way it's supposed to, according to you. But the more you think that way, instead of just realizing that I just have to like back up from this situation, take a breath, and let it come to me. Because whoever this is that you're dealing with, all right, especially if you're here for a love reading, they're miserable and they're trying to figure out how to come back around and make amends. And they know that they've done a lot of damage, though. The more that you try to control this, though, it's like the worse it gets. You become the King of Pentacles in reverse, who has no control over any of his actions or what's going on. He becomes very codependent on things. This will be the universe giving you more challenges and more things that you cannot handle. Because I see you rejecting. I see you, you know, overanalyzing emotional situations. And they don't want you to do that. Don't fight against that. A lot of you guys don't want to believe that somebody is your soulmate, but they are. You're like, really, this is the one? This is the one? Why this one? All right, there's all that. Why am I cleaning these up now? It doesn't matter. I'll just put these away, and then I will start your other ones. We need some warning messages here from the Hoodoo Tarot for my little Virgos. We're going to do 3 of those. Man, y'all's is going long. All right, give me 3 warning messages. I haven't even got to your love connection yet. Dear God, Virgo. Need 3 warning messages for Virgo. What's the first one? 8 of Swords. 2 of Wands. King of Pentacles. There you are. 7 of Wands. That was that outside energy. You're at like a standstill. It's like too many choices again. Like sensory overload. You're at a really important spot, all right? That's the 8 of Swords. That's the crossroads in the Hoodoo. That's a very important spot to be. Because it means that you're getting started over. You're being put back to start. And you get to choose which path you go down this time. Your choices, like you had lovers coming up. This is a huge choice, okay? And here you are, 2 of Wands. This goes so many ways, all right? This could play out so many different ways. I don't know which way to go. This is all confusing to me. I know I've got options, but like here you are, King of Pentacles. You're not making any moves. You're not making anything happen. You're not excited about this, all right? You need to move. 7 of Wands. You need to fight for what it is that you want. They want you in wand energy. They want you to get fired up. They want you to get excited to move down a path. You are in stagnant, stale, you know, stubborn earth energy where you're not moving at all. You're standing here looking at all these roads, trying to research every single one of them to make sure that you pick right this time. You know, it doesn't matter, all right? Because if you don't pick right, guess where you're going to end up? Right back in the middle. Right back in the middle. All right, give me another message for Virgo. Give me another message for Virgo. I see more Wands. 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands. Wands, 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 Wands. Y'all need to get some fire energy. There's the Queen of Cups in the reverse with the 5 of Cups. More rejection. 5 of Swords in the reverse. But this is you. 3 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Wands in reverse. It's too fast. If someone comes in like fast for you and like all of a sudden is love bombing the crap out of you, you're just gonna so not trust it. You guys are terrified to move. Analysis paralysis. That's how your reading reads. I keep getting the same dang messages for you. Here we go. All right. Double 5s. 5s are the worst energy in the tarot. Hands down, period. Because it feels like an ending, but it's not. You're only at the halfway point. And you're fighting against yourself. You got Cups and Swords here. You're not saying what you want. You're watching your words. You're refusing to, you know, go down that regret again. You like don't want to say the wrong thing. You're being too overly careful because Queen of Cups in reverse. You feel like things are very unequal. You feel very unloved. You don't love yourself right now. 3 of Wands in the reverse. You don't want to go anywhere. You're not going to receive the blessings that are due to you with your shifts coming in. 8 of Wands in reverse because it's all too scary. It's all too fast. It's all coming at me and I don't understand what's going on here. Also, this is a past energy. This is an energy from the past too, where you were just completely rejected with no kind of explanation. It was a very petty one. It was a lot left unsaid. You still don't understand why that fell apart, and that's why you're afraid to move. Because you're afraid that it's going to be super uncomfortable and out of nowhere unexpected, like the 8 of Wands in reverse. And you don't ever want to feel that way again. You want to be prepared. You still are trying to figure out, you know, why the last one failed or why it screwed up in the first place. I don't think you're supposed to know. I don't think there is, you know, a logical explanation for why it just did. Sometimes things just happen. Last message for Virgo from the Hoodoo. There's the 5 of Swords again and the 5 of Cups. They both came out in the reverse again, the same way. With what this time? The 7 of Pentacles and the King of Swords in reverse. The time of this breaking you and annoying you and you feeling sorry about it and doubting yourself and blaming yourself is over. All right? King of Swords, box of clocks, points to somebody's name. Time's up. Because it's creating this inability for you to sort things out and logically move in a new direction. You guys are just like a hamster on a wheel, running and running and running and getting nowhere. This all deals with Seven of Pentacles energy, your ability to plant your seed. It comes all the way back to that oracle where you're supposed to plant these seeds because they're going to be abundant. You guys are overthinking it and you're going to miss the whole entire planting season. Just plant a whole bunch. Something will grow, all right? But you got to do something. You guys are all about action and getting stuff done. But I feel like with whatever this is, you're stalling and you're doing nothing. Hey, it's not going to become any more clear what you need to do here. There will be, no easy ways, all right, about this. Okay, next. You versus them, love connection. I'm doing 6 shuffles for the lovers. Show me Virgo and their person's energy, past, present, and future, as well as the energy between the two of them in the connection. Show me Virgo and their person's energy. And if you want a more in-depth love connection or how are they feeling reading, check out my library. There's several. I recently posted how are they feeling. 4 of Cups, recent past on the first side with the 6 of Pentacles. Currently, Page of Cups, you are dealing with a water sign, maybe. You have so much water showing up. King of Swords in reverse. You got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. The 7 of Wands in reverse. That showed up for the outside energy that was messing with you. Lovers in the reverse in the recent past. Jesus, towards the connection. The 8 of Wands now in the current situation. And the Hangman, all right? Upright. Had that. You got the same card, Death, at the bottom of this. Death. All right, other side. The Queen of Swords in the reverse. Along with the King of Pentacles upright. What the heck is this? Now they got the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Running away from something. I read art, in case you haven't been here before. With the Emperor. Emperor doesn't run away from anything. The Fool. How do you go from the Emperor to the Fool? That's a crazy energy. And the Hierophant in the reverse. Because this Emperor does not have control over everything. All right, the Page of Pentacles. I feel like this is your person's energy over here. 6 of Wands to your 8 of Wands. Jesus, they're doing the most. And there's the Knight of Cups towards you. And then Death, Death, I already said that. The theme of this relationship is death. What did I say? You guys are the first ones I felt rebirth for. The old way of this, whatever this love connection was, is dead. It'll never be that way again. Something new is rebirthing, but you have to leave everything, all the baggage, all the arguments, everything in the past. If you want to start over with this, some of you need to just run because there will, the rebirth here is that you're going to stop getting into this energy of figuring out why this happened. In the recent past here, what I see between the two of you, first of all, your person is having a crazy identity crisis. They show up in the recent past as the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. 3 different personalities. They very much think they're this King of Pentacles who has everything under control, who would make a great husband, wife, whatever, committed partner. But their way of thinking is wrong. Queen of Swords in the reverse. They're very manipulative. They're very mistaken. They're not well informed about this. They're not thinking clearly here. They do not have everything under control. They are not ready for a commitment, but they sure as shit told you that. Page of Pentacles here, and he's like playing this little Pied Piper song. Somebody sold you a very good energy here. I mean, I really do think that they believed it, all right? I do. I feel like they believed it. But, I mean, their thinking is very skewed here. Now they're in an even more ridiculous energy with this Emperor, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, showing the 6 of Wands towards you. which means they think they have everything under control, but they're still not putting in any effort here. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. They're running from whatever's going on here. But at the same time, they want you to recognize them. They want you to see that they've leveled up. You know, they're no longer the king. They're now an emperor. But it's not, none of that is true, I feel like. They're doing the most right now. Six of Wands energy is like making a scene, trying to get noticed, like expecting, you know, praise and validation. That's what they want from you, is validation, recognition, to, you know, pay attention to me. But they're not doing anything to, you know, earn that. They're not investing. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They're doing nothing. Coming up in the near future, they show up as the Fool with the Hierophant in reverse. Meaning, guess what? You're starting over and like nothing is going the way it's planned. I do feel like they're relaxing a little, that they're being a little more non-traditional, or they're not following the same patterns as this relationship had in the past. And they're coming at you as the Knight of Cups. They're coming to you as the Knight of Cups. Like they want to, you know, pursue this. I'm just scared that behind all of that is the Fool and the Hierophant in reverse, which means it's easy. They've digressed. They're a king. Now they think they're an emperor. Now they're a fool. And they're not doing anything by the book. They're not, you know, relying on anything they've been taught here. You on the other side here, you show the Four of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. All right? You were offering that cup, I feel like. I don't know if you were ready to take theirs. You did have something to give here, but I don't feel like you were totally choosing this either. I don't feel like you totally trusted it. I also feel like you were ignoring your feelings to some extent here. I don't think you believed what this person was telling you, but I think you proceeded with this anyways. Now you really want to talk about your feelings, Page of Cups, but like you can't. King of Swords in the reverse. Man, they show up as the Queen of Swords in reverse. You show up as the King of Swords in reverse. They show up as the Page of Pentacles. You show up as the Page of Cups. They show up as the Knight. You show up as the Hangman. Good God. This is you wanting to talk about your feelings, but then the King of Swords in reverse, like you have no idea how to go about that. You don't know the right thing to say. You don't know the move to make here. You have no plan whatsoever. You know, towards them, you got the Eight of Wands. You're wanting to communicate with them, but like, look at the art. He's laying in bed. He doesn't want to look at things. There's something about this connection where it's like it's nagging at you to take another look here, or you're being very pulled in that direction. You feel very bound to this person. You don't want to look at it though. Coming up here, this is you, all right? You withdrawing. You're not standing your ground here. You're not trying to defend this relationship. I also feel like you need to take a very hard look at this connection and, you know, if you can't enter into this connection in the near future when they come at you like this Knight of Cups with any kind of trust or faith that this will be solid or that you can commit to this, then you need to go. You have to be able to see this another way. You have to be able to view it, you know, in the right light. See it for what it is. A lot of you are going to fall for the same old BS again. Be very wary of that. They're wanting you to take a really hard look at this offer when this Knight comes back. In the back of your mind, you're not going to trust it. Ten of Pentacles, 7 in reverse. You're going to feel like you're, you know, opening yourself up to some kind of emotional pain, or that you're about to, you know, take a loss in a big way. They want you to see it differently. Just take a very, you know, don't look at it the same way you have been looking at it. That's all I can say. That's all that makes sense here. Where did I put these cards? Oh, they're right there. All right. Let's take a little breather and do some weirdness. It's your Gorey Fantod. Virgo, yours is going to be the longest one so far, I feel like. All right. Show me what card Virgo needs to see today. What ridiculous card does Virgo need to see today? I love these. The sea. Shocker. All the water that showed up in your reading. Some of y'all have water moons like me. Look, the sea is scary. It's terrifying. You know why? Because you never know what's under your feet. You don't know how deep it goes. We haven't even reached the bottom of the ocean yet as humans, so it's like completely mysterious. It's salty. It's rocky. Sometimes it's choppy, but it's also purifying. It's also, you know, the most encompassing thing in the world. The sea makes up most of the, you know, globe. It's all the emotions. They want you to, you know, feel them. They want you to jump in. You also need to be alone with your feelings. I feel like a lot of you are distracting yourself and not allowing yourself to just, you know, sit in this watery energy. Don't go too deep though. Also, the sea is full of abundance and life. Like, the sea is where the oldest creatures in the world are. Like, that's where life originated, more than likely, was out of the oceans. That's the thing that survived through everything. That water energy. So it's not going anywhere, so you better embrace it. Let me read you your little weird book thing here. These are so ridiculous. And make sure you go check out your extended to hear the book reading for all the other oracle cards, especially for that Mother Mary one I'm about to pull, because that's the one that I feel like will just break you. The C, the month is January. It stands for wasting, loss of ears, an accident in an elevator, lurching sickness, cracks, false affection, vapors, a secret enemy, misdirection, demons, estrangement, and chagrin. Take that as it resonates, Virgos. That's weird ones. You can read a lot into those little things, you know, like loss of ears. That's your inability to hear things or to, you know, listen the right way, or just not wanting to. Or it's like losing an audience, or people aren't hearing you anymore. Also, somebody's going to stop spying on you, whatever that is. All right, let's do your Enchanted Spell Oracle. And again, these in the extended got rebirth. I was telling you, you guys are the only one I feel the rebirth for. Somebody else got this card too. November 25th through December 23rd. Those are the important dates. Elder. Why do I feel Capricorn energy with this? It's gonna be like pulling teeth to get you to do this rebirth. You just don't want to. Also, a lot of you are having a spiritual rebirth here, like a large one, epiphany, crown chakra type stuff. It's like you're, you know, everything's blown wide open, mind-wise. Just stay calm, all right? It's all for the best. It is all for the best. All for the best. All right. Last but not least, Madre Maria. Mother Mary. All right. All right, Mother Mary. What does Virgo need to see? I always sing my song when I'm shuffling these. I can't help it. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. That was two, I can't take two. And the broken hearted people living in a world of greed. Our Lady of the Star Blossom. Cherry blossoms in there. Like in the beginning of this reading, the lotion that I always wear, do I have it here? I don't know where it is. Japanese cherry blossom. That's what I smell like, PS, in case anyone was wondering. 20 energy, 2 confusions. Like, God, you got to make a choice here. You got 2 energy all over your reading, in the center of everything, in the final outcome. 2s. Star blossom, star energy, healing, blossom, empress energy, seeds growing. God, you guys are due some really, really freaking good luck coming up. I don't know what this is about, but like I feel like Virgos are going to like reap heavy something coming up. But you have to put yourself out there. Like you have to go plant the seeds. It's funny that I'm saying that because like I had just a bunch of random seeds that were all like in the bottom of my little gardening bag and I had no idea what they were, what was going on. And they were like smashed together in like this, you know, seed packet. And they had gotten a little wet, so they had like started to sprout inside the packet. And I was like, I don't even know what the hell these are. And I just threw them all in my compost pile and just being like, whatever, something grows, it grows. I don't know. I went out there today and I got like 50 little seedlings sprouting up that I have no idea what they are. I'm gonna let them grow, see if anything comes of it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You guys need to have peace and calmness. This is star energy. What is your hopes and, you know, your desires? You will heal from something big time. The more you heal yourself and the more that you put yourself back together, like the bigger your abundance, the more that is blossoming for you. This is a really peaceful energy here. You just need to like calm down, Virgos. Just chill out and just know that your guides have this, that they have a plan and they will put you on the right path. Okay? All right, Virgos, that's what I got for you guys. And again, if you guys would like to book one of these readings personalized to your energy only, I am doing personals. I'm going to only charge $50 instead of the normal $75 that I charge for an hour-long reading. Or no, I charge $75 for a 30-minute reading, so you're getting a huge deal. Huge deal, Virgos. Because I just feel like this is such an important time, and this energy is so important. And I really do this to try to, like, help y'all, all right? I quit lawyering for this job. It feels more important. It feels like my calling, and I just want to help. I'm Virgo rising. All right, guys. Anyways, catch you later. Bye.